It's not fun at all. They don't have that. I don't want to. Because I'm making 200 of these guys. Bunnies! We have 50 plushes in here. We're done. Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is an exciting day because we are going to start market prepping for my biggest market of the entire year. It is an art festival. It is a 3-day market, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Fridays from 5 to 9, Saturdays from 11 to 9, and Sundays from 11 to 7. And it's in September 26th, I believe that's the date. I'm gonna have to confirm. Right now, we are in July. Well, I am filming this June 30th. We're basically in July. So I have 2 months to prep for this market. Last year, when I did this market, I was only doing plushies then. I hadn't expanded into everything else that I'm selling and making. And I took $4,000 worth of plushies and I sold out on the second day. So this year, I am going to be so prepared now that I know what I'm dealing with. That's basically all I'm going to be doing for the next 2 months, July and August. I don't think I'm going to do a lot of markets in July and August, maybe like 1 or 2, but my main priority will be market prepping for this art festival. So this is what we're going to get started with. I haven't really written out a plan. Everything is just kind of in my head. I think I'm going to write out a plan eventually, maybe not, who knows. If I do, I will let you guys know. But right now, I'm going to start with my gumball machine. Then I'm going to move on to my big items, so my dragons, because I want to do Tern, Andarna, and SOCAIL. If you don't know what that is, those are the main dragons in 4th wing. SOCAIL is a blue dragon, Tern is a black dragon, and Andarna is a yellow dragon. The last time I did Andarna was like a year ago, to be honest. I haven't made that dragon again. I'm going to put a picture right here of what she looks like, and I want to make 3 of those dragons, and they come out huge. They come out really big. So after the gumball machine, I'm going to move on to my dragons, and I'm going to move on to my Pokemon items. For my Pokemon items, I make Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Pikachu, Psyduck, and I want to make Snorlax and Eevee, and those would be like the next biggest item. Basically, I'm starting with the gumball machine, and then I'm going to work my way down from biggest to smallest as far as my plushies go. This is the plushie prep. Then after that, I'm going to move on to like turtles and loaf cats and things like that. So that's the plan. This is everything I want to make for the gumball machine. There are 20 items that I want to do. I want to do 10 of each item, so 200 in total. I think 180 balls. Let me show you what the ball looks like. This is the ball that fits in the gumball machine. So the plushies need to be like really tiny to be able to fit in this. And I want to make 200 of those. Luckily, they work up really fast. I'm thinking maybe like a week or 2 weeks to make all the items I need for the gumball machine. Let's get started with this prep. Specifically, I want to start with the birds because the birds are very easy for me to make. The birds are the penguins, chickens, chicks, and mallards. The penguins, I'm making 2 variations, the gray and the blue. So I'm going to have 5 different types of birds and 10 of each, so 50 in total. I'm going to start with the penguin, and then I will just check back in with you guys when I'm done with like the gray one. I can show you the size of the plushie and basically the size of what's going to fit in this ball. I just got done making the grays. This is what they look like. They're really tiny, and they fit in the gumball machine balls, little balls. They're gonna look like that in the balls. And I just got done making 10 of the gray ones. So this is 2 different kinds technically. Well, not technically, it's just the eyes. This one, the eyes just seemed too big to me. It just seemed a little buggy. This is 8mm eyes. So I got 7mm eyes, and I think this looks way better to me. At least in person it does. This one just looks too big. And I have, one just fell, 10 of them. I'm gonna start working on the blue right now, and then I'll go from there. I actually had to switch the type of yarn I was using. Before, I used to use a regular weight 6 blanket yarn to make these tiny plushies, and to get them this tiny with a weight 6 yarn, I had to use like a 3.125 hook or a 3.5 hook depending on the size. And using these hooks with a weight 6 yarn is very hard. Okay, it's hard, it's slow, it's not fun at all, and my hands would start hurting after like 20 plushies. So I had to switch to a weight 5 yarn, and to get this size I'm using the 4.25 hook. The weight 5 yarn I'm using is the Big Twist Posh Chic. I got all the colors I needed. I think I have 7 skeins. Honestly, I put off getting a weight 5 yarn for so long because getting the exact same colors of yarn I already have in a different weight just seemed like a waste to me, because I have this color in a different brand, so I just didn't see the point. But now I had to do it because I'm making 200 of these guys, and I don't want my hands to be hurting by like the second week when I need to be crocheting basically every day for the next 2.5 months. So it just seemed wise to get with 5 yarn of everything I need. I need to protect my hands and make them a priority so that I can continue to crochet. This is my gumbo machine. This is actually the first time I am seeing it empty. I completely sold out at the Pride Festival, so I need to make 200 to fill this guy up. Actually, let me do a haul here of all the yarn I got. So obviously the white one, this is the Big Twist Posh Chic, and this is in the color Whipped Cream, and I got 2 of them. Then we have the yellow, this is in the color Lemon Meringue. Then we have this blue, and this is in the color Blue Raspberry. Then we have a dark blue, and this is in the color Blueberry. And then we have a light blue, and this is in the color Blueberry Smoothie. Then we have this purple in the color Ube Milk Tea. We have a pink in the color Strawberry Shortcake. We have this gray in the color Truffle. Then I got this brown, and this is in a weight 5. It says it's a weight 6. However, if you look at the texture of the yarn here, it doesn't give weight 6. It gives smaller than weight 6, somewhere between a weight 5 and a weight 6. I'm used to the burnout weight 6 yarn, and that is really fluffy. This is what a burnout yarn looks like. Then this is the brown. So look at them side by side. The burnout is a lot fluffier. So to me, this looks like somewhere between a weight 6 and a weight 5, and this is the weight 6 I'm used to, so I just think of this as a true weight 6. So I think this would be good for the brown plushies like the bears and the mallards, but I just got this to test and see how it does with the smaller hook sizes and hope that it doesn't kill my fingers. And then I have this orange. It's a weight 5. I'm not sure what brand this is because I lost the label, but going off of how it feels like Big Twist, because it feels exactly like this one. So let me show you the both of them side by side here. So look at them side by side. They're pretty much the same texture. That's why I think the orange is Big Twist. But I got this 2 years ago when I first started crocheting, but I never used it because I never used to use weight 5. I only used weight 6. Now I'm using the orange. This is what I'm using for the bird feet. It's the next day and it's currently 5:40 p.m. I've been crocheting since 1:30 p.m. and so far I've completed the blue penguins and the yellow chicks. This is what the chicks look like. Look at how cute that is. Adorable. And these are the penguins side by side. And this is the gray penguin over here. So we have 3 different birds right now. I want to start on the chickens next, and then we have the mallards, and we will be done. I don't know if I'm going to complete the chickens tonight. I might probably do about 5. Maybe I can, because I want to edit the Pride Festival vlog today. I want to start editing that today, so we will see. But I'm definitely going to start the chickens tonight as well. Depending on how the rest of today go, I will either check in with you guys later with some chickens or it will probably be tomorrow, and I will probably have the chickens and the mallards done. Freaking adorable. Oh my goodness. Of course, it fits in the little capsule. I always check. I make 1 and then I check if it fits before I make 10, so we don't have a mishap on our hands. It fits, everything is good. and I'm gonna keep going. I'm taking a small break from crocheting to organize my yarn because my yarn storage situation is driving me insane. I have outgrown my 6 cubic my 6 cube situation I had since 2 years ago, and now there is just yarn. This is all yarn. I don't know if you guys can see this clearly, but I have 3 bags of yarn just chilling here, and I need to organize everything because it's giving me anxiety. Let me show you what I'm dealing with. These are the 3 bags right here. This bag I take to markets, so I basically take all of my yarn to market in case I wanted to make anything, and these are just all my safety eyes. Then this is the new bag of weight 5 yarn that I just got with all the 10 skeins just chilling in there. And then this is another bag I got way back, who knows, with more yarn, just more yarn everywhere. And then that's just a random whip of a dragon. Now I store all of my yarn in my closet in these cubes. I used to use 8 cubes, and then this one just had the whips and some other random things I had, and then I ran out of all of this. I started a new pile down here, and I'm just sick of all of this right now, so I've just gone and added 4 more cube space and just shoved all of my clothes to the side and hope that I can fit everything I need in these extra 5 spaces. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go insane. So I'm just gonna organize all of my yarn into all of these cubes. Done organizing. That took a little bit, and I don't even know how long that took. This is how I have everything organized. I even have an extra space. Wow. So going from top to bottom, I'm storing all of the extra yarn up here, yarn that I just have excess of and I'm not using right now. Here, this is my black and whites. These are all my 5mm. All of them are in there. These are the blues, the greens, empty space. I don't have a lot of reds and purples, so I only have 3 skeins down there. Pinks, yellows. Down there in that corner is all of my acrylic yarn from when I used to make hats. That is actually maybe a quarter of everything. The rest of them are in bags. Down here, these are my oranges and these are my browns. And this is what I use to store my safety eyes. I just got this from Michael's, and it's this box, and then it has little extra compartments. Now that all of that is complete and I can breathe and see all of my yarn, I can get back to crocheting.
It's 5 o'clock. I need to do my grow with Joe because I have been so slack on that. I was really good there for a little bit, and I've totally fallen off the bandwagon. But that's okay. We can still get because oh my goodness, I spent so much time trying to figure it out. Because I spent so much time trying to figure it out because I was stubborn, and I was like, we have all of today and all of tomorrow to crack, which is really good. So I feel like I can get this guy done today. He's gonna be very tall. I'm just getting these ones and just sew this on top. So the front is literally the side of the body. Hello, where's the front? This is the front. This is called the monkey. I can't tell if that's an O or an A. He's also just really tall. It really makes me want to make a cow as well now, but I won't do that for this market. Maybe another one. Depends how this guy goes. If he sells, currently at 9:30 in the morning, I just had some food. So cute. I've had this pattern saved for a while now, but I thought
it's Saturday, and today I just want to focus and crochet a bunch. I want to get to 100 of the critters, and I'm currently at 40, so I need to make 60. I was thinking that I do 30 today and 30 tomorrow to get up to 60. Is that ambitious? Probably, but I really need to get ahead of this so that I can move on to other things, because I really want to start making the bigger items. I want to make the dragons, and I also want to make Anchor, the trendy octopus. That's probably going to take a while. I don't know how long, maybe a day to make, but I really want to make it. It is 3 p.m. Mind you, I also need to edit 3 videos. Stress, I'm not stressed. Update on the birds. I have 40. I have 10 of the chicks, blue penguins and gray penguins. And I wanted to do the mallard yesterday, but I only have the green color in this blanket yarn. And I tried working with this blanket yarn yesterday with the 3.5 hook, which is what I used to use. But after working with the thin yarn, the Big Twist Push Chic, I'm spoiled. I don't think I can ever make those tiny plushies with this blanket yarn ever again. It's too much of a struggle, and I don't like how it feels. Because of how tiny this hook is, the fluffiness of the yarn gets very compact. It's not soft and squishy, it's just hard. It's not a good feeling, I don't like it. That's what I used to use before I started using the weight 5 yarn, and to me it was okay, but now I know that it can be better. I don't want to go back, you know what I mean? So anyways, yesterday I finished the chickens, and this is what they look like. Absolutely adorable. And this is what my bin is looking like with the 40 that I've done. So today I want to do octos. And for my octos, I'm going to do them in purple, which is ube milk tea, this blue blueberry smoothie, and this pink in strawberry shortcake. That's the plan for today, to make 30 octos in these 3 colors. I would have loved to make it in green, but Big Twist does not have a green shade that I like. Their green shade is more like, it's like a bluish dark green. I don't like it, and I need green. I either need a mint green in this mint color. This is Premier Basics in kiwi, or like a green like this, and they don't have that, and it's pissing me off. It's actually pissing me off. So I need to find yarn. I need to find a weight 5 yarn in the greens that I need. And that's going to take some research and some digging, and I don't want to. So at least not right now. So we're just going to move on to other things like the octos. So I'm going to do the octos today. Tomorrow I'm going to do whales, blue and pink, and bunnies. And that will be my 60. I really just want to lock in and crochet. I don't know if I'm going to film too much, but I'll probably check in again later when or if everything is done. I'll probably later tonight though. But I'm just going to get to crocheting. So it's been a few days. The last time I spoke to you guys, it was Saturday the 4th, and right now it is Friday the 10th. So it's been 6 days actually. Hear me out. Actually, I have no excuse, but I did get my editing done. So I've edited my market vlog and it's up on the channel right now, so give it a watch if you haven't seen it. Also, I got my hair done, and those 2 activities took 3 days to do. I do my hair myself, and that's basically what I did from Tuesday to Thursday. And on Monday I basically just played games because I've been obsessed with Marvel Rivals lately. So that's what I did on Monday. Listen, I'm not perfect. I never said I was. I did say I was going to crochet 60 items. Did I do it that weekend? No. But I was crocheting slowly over the week as I was editing and doing my hair and all of that. So I'm sorry. Please don't come for me. But we're back. Listen, I'm still trying to get back into filming and a schedule and all of that. So bear with me while I figure out the logistics behind vlogging. Anyways, that aside, let's get into the updates because I have a lot to update you guys on. First, let's start with yarn. So I said that I had to look for more colors of the Big Twist yarn because the Big Twist Posh Chic does not have the colors I need for some of the plushies I was picking. And after doing a little bit of searching, I went on Amazon and searched for weight 5 yarn and then just got the one with the most reviews, and I just got them today. So let's look at it together because it's kind of looking good. So I got 3 colors to test. I'm gonna start with this lime green one, and on first glance it's a little bit bigger than I'm seeing it compared to the Big Twist yarn that I'm used to, but let's open it up. Let's see what we're working with here. First impressions, the yarn is soft. I love that. Oh my god, the yarn is really soft. Comparing it to the Big Twist weight 5 Posh Chic, it's actually the same size. I was bamboozled by the packaging. It's looking like the same size, people. It's looking like the same size. Excuse my raggedy fingernails. I'm loving it. Let me check the other color. I got this green and red. Yes. Oh, this yarn is good. And this is a true red. I love that. And yes, this is a true weight 5, ladies and gents. Comparing the red one with the Big Twist, is the same size. I love it. I've been using the 425 and 375 to make the tiny critters, so I need a weight 5. And comparing the green, there we go. Yeah, they're the same size. I love that. Now my only issue is I think this was the darkest green they had. However, this isn't as dark as I would like it. Now the size of the yarn on camera looks big, but I promise you it is a true weight 5. I'm going to compare it to a weight 6 yarn. For my main weight 6 yarn, I use either Bernard blanket, Bernard baby blanket, the same, or Premier Basic Chenille Brights. When Joanne closed, rest in peace, I had to get this yarn to use, and I like it. It's a lot fluffier than the Bernard, but anyways, we're not talking about Premier right now. We're talking about my weight 5 yarn that I have found on Amazon. So comparing the weight 6 Premier to the weight 5. Okay, yeah, that's good. It's smaller than a regular weight 6. Long story short, it's perfect. It's the same size as a Big Twist, and that's what I love. So we have yarn. Now, I'm basically just gonna go and buy the rest of these guys in the colors I need and don't have, or Big Twist doesn't have, and we will be in business. I wanted to use this to make frogs and mallards. It will be good with frogs, for sure. I think I can use it for frogs. But the mallards, I like to use a darker green, but I will use this and see and show you guys what it's looking like, because I don't know, I would have preferred to use a darker green, but this was the darkest they had, and I'm kind of desperate. So we're just gonna move forward with this. Next, let me show you guys the plushies. Now, the last time I showed you guys the plushies, I think I had made the birds, so the 2 penguins. We need to back up. Oh my god, I'm like leaning on my table and just freaking showing you guys my forehead. In the back all the way up. Sorry. Anyways, I had just done the 3 birds, so the 2 penguins, the chicks, and the chickens, and I was working on the octos. I have gotten 60 more done. It just didn't happen over the weekend, like I said, but I have gotten 6 more done, which means I now have 100 tiny critters. And this is what the bin is looking like now. Completely filled up to the brim. I'm just gonna go through the ones I've made. I just made the pigs. I just finished this, guys. Absolutely adorable. Look at it, it's so cute. Oh my god, so adorable. So we just finished that. Then we have 3 colors of the octos. We have the purple. Absolutely adorable, babes. Cute. We have the pink. Okay. We have blue. We have pink, purple, and blue. Then I did the whales. So we have a blue whale. Cute. And I was gonna make the pink whale. I made one with this pink shade, but I already used this pink shade to make octos and pigs. So I was gonna get a darker pink. So I need to go to Michael's to actually get that. That will happen probably tomorrow. It stormed today and there's a tree on the road, so we're blocked in. And then bunnies. Oh my god, look at how adorable that is. Oh my goodness. Too cute. So that's everything. We now have 100 plushies and we need to make 100 more because we need to get to 200. Today's Friday. I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to crochet the critters. I would love to finish the critters this week. / this weekend, because next week I want to move on to the big items. Overly ambitious, I know, so we might bleed into Monday or Tuesday of next week to finish the critters. Bummer, but it is what it is, and I am not going to end this vlog until these critters are done, because I need to be done with this category. So the next thing I'm going to make now is the frogs. I really want to test out these guys. I'm sure you guys have already seen the brand of the yarn, but I'm not going to say it until I have made 10 of the frogs, so that I can see how it feels, how it works up, if it sheds, if it splits. Waiting to see all of that before I can recommend this yarn. It is currently 7:48 p.m. Tonight I want to make frogs and mallards, and I will check back in with you later. All right guys, we've gotten 50 more plushies done, so we have a total of 150 plushies. Oh my god, I can't wait to be done with tiny critters so I can move on to the bigger items. I really want to make anchor and drift and dragons and just so many other cool stuff, but I just wanted to get this tiny critters out of the way because it's gonna take the most time for me, because I had to make 200. So let's get into the plushies I've made. Exciting. So this is what that green looks like with the frog. Looking at it on camera. Wait, there's a fluff. 1 second, let me take that out. Look at this frog. Are you kidding me? Look at this frog. Wow. So this is the frog with the green. I actually love it. Then we have the mallard. You cannot tell me this isn't freaking cute. Oh my god. Look at the mallard. Adorable. Next, I made 2 different types of bears. We have a panda. Is a panda a bear? I don't know, but look at the panda. Adorable. And then, so this isn't part of the pattern that I was using. I just modded this one to make something that I wanted to make. Are you kidding me? It's Winnie the Pooh. What? So Winnie the Pooh is a golden yellow, but I don't have golden yellow with 5, so I just used the light yellow I had, and I think it looks fantastic. Lastly, the pink whale. So this was the color that I wanted to use the pink whale for. As you can see, this was the light pink that I showed you, and this is the dark pink. I think the dark pink is way better. It just contrasts a lot more with the white, and this is what the bin is looking like. Well, the second bin, because the first one is filled up. We have 50 plushes in here, and we have 50 more to go. So the 50 more, well, the 5 different ones that I want to make, we have the brown bear, a capybara, a bee, a kitten, and an elephant. Later on, or maybe if I change my mind or I want to, I don't know, we can add 2 more. I really want to make an alien, basically the alien from Toy Story that says the claw. I really want to make that. It's gonna look so good. And I want to make Baby Yoda. So if I'm not completely sick of making plushies, I kind of am, we're gonna make those 2 just so we can have extra. That's the update. So I'm gonna start working on the next 50, and I can't wait to be done. Oh, also, I actually don't even have the brown yarn. I need to make the bear and the capybara, so we have to order that today so that it comes immediately and we can get that done. So I'll catch you guys later with another update, and I've made more progress, but oh my god, I can't wait to be done. We're gonna do a quick yarn haul because I just got in my brown yarn. By the way, the yarn that I found on Amazon is Moja Dream, and I can tell you guys what it is now because this yarn is absolutely amazing. It is so good. It is basically the same as the Big Twist Posh Chic, except it comes in like a smaller size skein. The Posh Chic comes in 200 grams and this one is in 100 grams. That's the only difference, but this yarn is so good. If you're looking for weight 5 dupes for the Big Twist or just another weight 5 brand, this brand is really good. But getting into the brown yarn, so I basically ordered the 2 brown shades that Moja Dream has because the Big Twist, they don't have a light brown shade. So they had 2 brown shades. One was called brown and another was wood, and I didn't really know what they look like in person, obviously, because I didn't have them. So I got them both. This one is brown, and this isn't the brown I want. This is more like terracotta. And then the second brown shade they had was wood. I guess you can say it's brown, but it's more of a yellow shade. This is like a deep gold yellow than it is brown. I was looking for something like this. This is Premier Basics Chenille Brights in caramel. This is the kind of brown I use for my bears, and this is what I wanted. The brown that I showed you earlier, the Big Twist Baby Bear, this would have been perfect, but this yarn is trash. I can't even get past a magic ring with this yarn because this happens. I would have returned this, but I threw out the receipt rookie mistake. And then I got another shade of brown from Big Twist, Hush Chic. This one is just a chocolatey brown. I'm thinking of using this for the capybara snout and ears, but I still need a basic body brown. I think I might be able to get away with using this. By the way, that is Coda, my dog, just camping the door. He doesn't want anything. He just doesn't like the door closed. So that is why he's just staying there. Coda, look at him. He's so cute. Anyways, I think I can get away with making the bears with this shade of brown, but the capybara, I have no idea. I'm looking at some capybara pictures on here and I'm seeing like different shades. Some of them are like a reddish brown, so maybe this terracotta shade might work. Do you think I can use this to make a capybara? I think so. And then I'm also seeing some that are like true brown, like this. This is what I would have loved to do. This is perfect, but I don't have this in a width 5. And I'm also seeing some golden browns as well. You think I can use this for a capybara? I think I'm going to try making a capybara with these two shades and see which one I like. I wish these two brands had more colors in weight 5. If you know any other brands that have weight 5 yarn, please let me know. As long as the yarn doesn't do this situation right here, I'm gonna try it. Please, I do not like yarn that does this or snaps or breaks or sheds or anything. I just want it to be perfect. But if you know any other brand weight 5 that has this color of brown, please let me know. But for now, I think I'm gonna try using these two shades to make my bear and my capybara. I have the bear and the capybara done. This is the capybara. It's actually so cute. I think the color on the camera is a little lighter. I think in person it's just a bit darker, but either way I think I like it. I think I like this color combination and it's kind of obvious that it's a capybara, so I think I'm gonna use this. I used the Mojo Dream in brown and Big Twist in chocolate fudge to make that. And then I have the bear, and the bear is cute. However, it's gold. This is not brown, but I can still tell it's a bear. So I think I'm just gonna continue with this. And I use the Mojo Dream in wood and Mojo Dream in sand. This is what they look like. I'm gonna continue making those and I'll probably be done tomorrow. This is the last capybara. I just finished doing the details. I am weaving in the ends. Oh my god. We're done. Number 200 tiny critter. Done. I would like to thank my hands and my fingers for not giving up on me, for not hurting me. I would like to thank the yarn that I found I was able to crochet with. I would like to thank all of my tools for not breaking on me. Oh my goodness, this was such a long process. I don't know why I didn't think it was gonna take 2.5 weeks, but it did. Honestly, 2.5 weeks to make 200 tiny critters. It's not bad, really, but it was dragging. It was really dragging. Right now, it is currently 9:36 p.m. on a Friday. So I'm just gonna play some games and call it night. It's the next day, and we're just gonna go through the other 5 tiny critters I made. But right now, this is the second bin completely filled up. We have 2 bins of tiny critters. This is the first 100, the second 100 over here. We're gonna go over the new ones that I just made. First we have the bee. Look at this. Look at how cute that is. I think I'm gonna end up adding a mouth to the bee. It's cute like this, but I think it needs a mouth. Then we have the elephant. Gorge. Look at the elephant. Then we have the kitty. This is so cute. We have the bear and the capybara. gorge. And with that, we have 200 tiny critters. Oh my goodness me. I'm not gonna put everything in my gumball machine just yet. I'm probably gonna do that later, maybe September, when I'm ready to pack things up, tagging, pricing, all of that. That's when I'm gonna put everything in the gumball machine. But now they're just gonna sit in these bins until then. With that out of the way, I wanted to talk about some things, just a little bit of a chit chat here at the end of the video. First, let me address why I was gone for a year. The short answer, it was inconvenient for me to film. I was filming on my phone, and then I had to transfer the footage to my computer, and I didn't have enough space in my computer. I didn't have the right software. I didn't have the right tools. Everything was just kind of overwhelming for me. That and then crocheting, it was too much. So I just kind of stopped filming and just focused on crocheting and just growing my business. In the past year that I was gone, I did a lot of markets. I was mostly only doing crochet for my markets. I hadn't yet expanded to my stickers, bookmarks, and the other things I now sell. Last year, I did maybe like 15 to 20 markets. I don't know for sure. I have to go back to my calendar to get the exact amount. And towards the end of the year, especially when I did this art festival last year, my biggest takeaway was I needed to expand my products, because having to crochet every single week for weekend markets or crochet for a month for the next month, that's good and all. But then when you're getting to the bigger markets, the multi-day, 3-day markets, I think last year I did a 12-day market. Yes, like 12 days straight. Having to crochet for those markets, it is a lot of pain. A lot of pain. So the biggest thing I took from last year was I needed to expand my inventory to kind of offset that crochet gap. So if I did not have like 1,000 plushies to take to a market, I had other products to sell. And that is why this year, my main focus for this year was to expand my product line, expand my business. So beginning of this year, in January, I started making my stickers, my bookmarks, my Kindle accessories, and that has been going really well for me, especially in the Pride market. From the last video, I had maybe 100 plushies, which is about less than half of the amount of plushies I take to a market around that size. It probably even wasn't up to 100. I had probably less than 100 plushies at that market. If you haven't done crochet markets, that is not a lot. That is very small. That is very small number. But having my other product really helped me offset that gap. Otherwise, I would not have been able to do that market. Before you ask, why didn't I crochet? I didn't crochet because I did markets back to back from March. We are currently in July, and this is the first time this year I have had a break other than January and February, which is the market season. But from the beginning of market season, which for me it's March, up until the end of June, I had markets every single weekend. So imagine crocheting every single week for a weekend market. That was something I needed to fix, which is why I expanded. So that is the spiel of what happened while I was gone. Now we're in July. Moving forward, we are still expanding. Well, right now I kind of like where things are at, but I'm already thinking of bigger. I know I reached the goalpost and then I moved the goalpost even further. I know. I'm not really going to go into all of the nitty-gritty details and logistics here. Maybe I might need a separate video, but right now though, I'm mostly just focusing on this big market, this big art festival. I already paid for my booth. It was expensive. It's $350. Last year it was $300. Now this year is $350. I'm a little bit concerned that next year it's gonna be $400. That's next year's issue. This year though, it was $350. I already paid for my booth, and I'm thinking of even doing a double booth. I know, crazy, but not yet though. It depends on how many plushies I'm able to make. So for this market, I want to do about $6,000 in plushies. Only plushies. That's a lot. And if I'm able to get to that amount, I don't know how many plushies that's gonna be, then I'm probably gonna need a double booth. So it depends on how many I can get to in 2 months. I think I can do it though. To be honest, I think I can do it because I've done it before. Well, last year I had $4,000 in inventory, and this year I want to add an extra $2,000. And last year I think I started prepping around this time as well, maybe like mid-June. Also last year I was still kind of new to the game. So my plan for my videos moving forward is every 2 weeks I'm going to come out with a new video showing you what I did in the past 2 weeks. It could be me crocheting, it could be me prepping for a market, it could be me restocking restocking some stickers or some bookmarks or anything. That's basically what's going to be in the video every 2 weeks on Saturday. I've also revived my Instagram and my TikTok accounts, so if you could please give me a follow, like the videos. If you see my content, leave a comment. I reply to every single comment I see. That will be really helpful. And with that, thank you guys so much for joining me for another market prep vlog. If you like the video, please give it a like, please comment, share, subscribe. It really helps me and my channel. I hope you have a wonderful day, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.